Hello everyone, this is Doug with Narwhal Gaming, and we are in another adventure of Kerbal Space Program. Today, since the program is called Space Program, we're going to go to space. We're going to start off with our command module. I'm just going to take the monopropellant out of it. Doesn't need to be of concern right now, it's just a habit that I have. We are going to add a parachute because safety first, and we're going to add a couple of these drogue parachutes. Put one on each side. So you'll see down here in the configuration thing there's two. I could put 3, 4, 6, or 8 of them, or a single one, but since there's two sides, I got one on each side. I am going to put a heat shield on the bottom of our capsule here. I'm going to grab a separator, a decoupler, boom. You can see, remember our staging over here. We're going to have to move our drogue parachutes down one stage so they come out first before the main parachute. Got our separator here. That's going to detach the fuel and engines from the main part of the cockpit here when we're coming down for landing. So here we are. Fuel tank. We're going to double stack that. Going to grab some of these here separators, these side separators, and I'm aligning the rocket up with the middle beam of the building here, so I get on the side, and then I'm going to hit here for 2 times. Put one on each side. Since we're going to be going east, which is to the right, I want the everything to line up on this side so it all lays down when it's taking off here. Line back up with the beam, and then try to get these tanks to line up for the black bands on the bottom here, like so. We have some fuel lines. We got fuel line from the outside tanks to feed the inside tank. That way, when everything is running, these tanks are filling this one as this one's running also. It allows the inside engine to run a bit longer. Grab some struts to make sure we're not flopping all over. It's not exactly on center, but it's a small enough ship that it's okay. Just fast and loose with the rules today. A couple nose cones. And our engines. There's 2 variants of the engine here. We got the more powerful but non-steerable Reliant. And then we have a slightly less powerful but steerable Swivel. Put one in the middle. And one on the bottom of each. And then we're going to move the engines down so that they're all firing at the same time. See, and then in the staging, these will go off first, and then when the outsides are empty, we hit the spacebar again, hits these separators. These 2 outer ones will come flying off, and then we'll be left with a single stack in the middle, and then we'll go from there. When we re-enter the atmosphere, we'll hit the spacebar again. This separator goes. These fuel tanks will drop away, and then we'll be left with just the command module here with the parachutes. Since Jebediah was in control last time, we're going to take, where is she? Valentina this time. Okay, and also we are going to need some control surfaces. I am to grab a winglet, 2 winglets, one on each side. Perfection. Now we launch. Alright, so here we are on the launch pad. We are orientated so that when the rocket lays down to take off to the east, which is that way, all three rockets will be firing in a level attitude or whatnot. Let's see, we've got steering assist on, or stability assist. Our doohickeys are here. We got Valentina in the cockpit. We don't have any lights or landing gear to worry about, so we don't have to stow those or turn them on or off. I'm going to throttle up, which is here, which would be the left shift key on stock, but I have these rekeyed for myself. And spacebar. We're going to get up to about 90 meters per second. Since we're a little bit bigger, we wait to turn. Eke it on over here. I'm going to change this so I can see the altitudes. Okay, start eking it on over. I have these rekeyed, so I'm tapping on 6, and you'll notice I'm keeping the center of the nav ball within the yellow circle there. That's the prograde marker. So if you lean it over too far, you're just going to tumble your rocket, which those winglets will hopefully keep it from doing too much. Give you a little steering control. Fuel is still doing good. We're still climbing at a positive rate. Keeping it right on the 90-degree marker. We're breaking the sound barrier a little bit. Not really ideal when you're way low, but there, we'll knock the throttle down a little bit. If you push too hard, too fast, you're just wasting fuel. Correct for steering. Get over there. It's starting to get a little wonky with the steering. Okay. Starting to get flame effect now. Getting a little bit of a cross section with my flames here. I'm going to peel the throttle back a little bit. Oh, rockets are out. So spacebar. Those go away. Now that we're up in the upper atmosphere, steering can be a little more aggressive. I'm going to bring throttle down to about half. We are at 72,000 meters here, 73,000 meters apoapsis. That means we are going to make it to space today. Now the question is, are we going to stay in space? I'm going to just cut the throttle down now that we're at apoapsis of 80,000. We're just going to coast. Space center down here. These are my rocket debris falling back to the planet. Hit M to see the outside of the planet. This is our travel arc so far. We're going to top out at 80,000. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add a maneuver and then drag it out until we get a periapsis and an apoapsis. Nah, close enough. And then when our ship reaches this here, which is on a timer, then we will go full throttle. I'm gonna click so it follows the maneuver mode. The maneuver doohickey. It was a little sloppy in my takeoff here because we got 1100 meters per second here, almost 1200 meters per second. It should be a lot lower, but I'm not particular. It all evens out in the wash. See, as I throttle up, boom, our flight path is changing. Apoapsis is staying about 80,000. Periapsis is decreasing or increasing. Still got more than half a tank of fuel. Throttling down and boom. We have orbit. Get rid of that. Alright. Now we'll go take a little spacewalk here. Turn our helmet headlight on. And let go. Now, spacewalking like this is a little bit of a talent here. It's just small, light maneuvers, little bursts. Doesn't take a whole lot. 'Cause remember, every move forward you do, you're gonna have to do a move backwards to cancel it out when you get to where you're going. And it does not take much to move a Kerbal around. Grab. Boom. See, she's chill. Climb on board. Turn on stability or assist, and we're gonna go to a retrograde, which means going backwards. Orientation here so we can deorbit. Alright, now let's deorbit on the sun side so that we can see, but since we're going to come down, we gotta start coming down here. We're going to drop our PE down until we're in the atmosphere, but not to the ground. Oh, too far. About 25 should be good, because remember the atmosphere is going to slow you down as well. And we're going to warp ahead. And I got the Kerbal alarm clock here, a download mod that is an absolute must. If you download the game, absolutely download Kerbal alarm clock first and add it to the game. It is a lifesaver. So I can warp. Boom. Kerbal alarm clock will set in a minute before launch or before throttle up. Boom. See, we're going down. 1, 2, and Kerbal alarm clock. Stop the warp. give us plenty of time to maneuver. Now we're only going to need a 52-meter bump here, which means we're going to throw away about 2,000 meters worth of fuel. So I did pack a little extra lunch, but that's okay. This is sandbox, so it doesn't really cost me anything. Got a 1 second burn time. And what are we looking at on this side? Here's the meteor impact. Probably going to land in the desert somewhere around here when all is said and done. Oh, we are at burn, boom. Close enough. Not really looking for precision here. Make sure that we stay retrograde. Now we're going to warp back down to the atmosphere. It'll go back down to warp 1 once we enter the atmosphere. There's the sunrise in the atmosphere above the surface. We don't have any solar panels, but we're looking good on electric so far, so good. Let's see, we will have a plethora of air resistance to slow us down to land, so we don't really need our engines anymore. I'm just going to turn to a safe position here, and then I am going to ditch the fuel and then go back to a retrograde so that our heat shield here is facing the direction of the airflow. As you see, it's going to get very warm very quickly here. Now, if I had like science modules with me or whatever, obviously the heat shield would be on the bottom of that. You could also place the module storage containers on the top, so that the command module takes the brunt of the force. It's all up to you. You want to keep the weight this way, otherwise the ship could tumble and then you're in big trouble. Alright, go back down to warp 1 so we can watch. Where are we going to land? Oh, it's already showing that we're going to land probably in here somewhere. Maybe even on the ridge, maybe in the mountains. Zoom way out. There we are. Nice thumbnail. Right out here is where a huge meteor impacted the planet millions of years ago. A little island in the middle is from the rebound. I don't know really a whole lot of the lore of the planet, but yeah, if you look on the internet, I'm sure somebody's got a from Big Bang style history on the whole Kerbal solar system. Valentina down here enjoying the ride in a little cabbage patch. See, you'll notice our parachutes are red, which means do not use. They would just break off. They don't really burn up or anything, they just disappear. coming up. Now we're breaking the sound barrier. You can see the air effect there. Still at 18,000 meters. So we're still good. Yeah, looks like we're going to drop right in the mountains here. Which, if I did have a capsule, ideally you'd want only 3 legs on your landing capsule, because 3 legs are easier to land on uneven surfaces. Just a little life hack there. Pro tip. Alright. But yeah, ideally, you try to find some land, flat land to land on. Alright. Oh, we gotta change this up. Frog chutes, I forgot to change from water to landing. Those open up. We could ditch the heat shield if we wanted to, but I think we're light enough that would be okay. Yeah, we're gonna land right on the side of this mountain. It's a little early on that, but that's okay because there's 1,000 meters. That's going to open up. We're going to come in and see what Valentina sees, which is a whole lot of nothing. Because remember, she's sitting in there awkward, so. Got switches, gauges. Got the throttle right there. We got our toothbrushes, our laundry. That side, we got food. We got not food. We got air. Everything we need. Alright, then we're going to hit C to go back outside. We're still at 500 meters above the ground. I'm going to warp ahead a little bit. Now we're going to land right on this ridge. That's probably going to tumble a little bit. Oh, it's not too bad. Boom. Tina off there. Come forward. Now we can get rid of the neck ring here. Boom. And then she can plant a flag. Boom. Mountains. There it is. Trip to space and back. Took what, 25 minutes? So, yeah, dab or salute. And until next time, have a good day. This is Doug with Narwhal Gaming.